They said you couldn't. They said you wouldn't. They said you're not built for it. Not talented enough. Not connected enough. Not young enough. Not old enough. Not the type. They smiled while they said it, or they whispered it when you left the room. It doesn't matter. You heard them. Good. You need something to push against. Make their certainty your morning alarm. Make their doubt your training partner. Make their predictions the backdrop noise to the only thing that matters now. You proving them wrong every single day. You don't prove them wrong with one viral moment, one lucky break, one dramatic speech. You do it with repetition so boring, so relentless, so precise that it becomes undeniable. You do it by building a scoreboard the world can see, not a timeline of talk, a logbook of completions, sets, reps, words, sales, projects shipped, skills acquired, lines of code, miles moved, calls made, refusals converted. You stack proof until their opinions sound childish even in their own heads. Proving them wrong is not rage, it's engineering. This is the plan. First, we define a standard that's higher than their imagination. Then, you install systems to hit that standard when you feel like it and when you don't. Finally, you measure so hard and so clean that your results argue for you while you keep working. You are not auditioning for their approval. You are building evidence so heavy it bends their story into the shape of the truth. Begin with the morning, because the morning is where most people donate their day to weakness. The alarm rings and they negotiate. They scroll. They delay. They warm the bed with excuses and call it self-care. You will be different. Feet to floor on the first tone. Water down. Breath steady. Body moving. Sweat early so the day knows who's in charge. Before you've read a single message, you will have delivered something hard. That act is a contract you sign with yourself. I drive this vehicle. I do not sit in it while the world steers. Pick 3 outcomes for the day. Not intentions, outcomes. 1 physical, 1 professional, 1 relational. Each stated as a verb plus a number. Complete 5 working sets at 80%. Ship 1,000 clean words. Open 10 conversations and close 1 offer. Call and repair what I broke yesterday. Put those on paper. The day is now a map. You are now a driver. If the map changes, it will be because you made it change, not because drifting blew you off the road. You will be tempted to chase applause, to post the grind and hope they clap. Don't. Let them talk while you add weight to the bar. Let them perform productivity while you produce outcomes. This is the discipline, publicly quiet, privately lethal. When the numbers stack, when the work lands, when the contracts sign, the same mouths that doubted will shape your name differently, and you won't have to say a word. Results are fluent in every language. Build a trading practice that teaches your nervous system what proving them wrong feels like in the body. Load the bar, respect the bar. Form first, range second, load third. Drive every rep like you're under a camera that punishes slop. Log everything. Add small percentages. Push smart, not reckless. Do the last clean rep when your lungs are screaming. That moment is a message. I finish. That sentence, practiced under iron, becomes your identity everywhere else. Build a work practice that is allergic to busy work. The crowd loves to look occupied. Tabs open, notifications buzzing, meetings about meetings. You will not drown in shallow water. Start your day with a 90-minute block of deep work before any input from the outside world. Door closed. Phone elsewhere. One task open. Outcome stated at the top of the page. Timer running. You do not switch. You learn to hold your attention when it tries to run. You deliver before noon what most never deliver in a week. That is how you lap them in quiet miles. Your mouth will want to leak strength. It will want to narrate how hard it is, how unfair it is, how busy you are, how misunderstood you feel. Stop. That speech burns the fuel you need to move. Replace it with commands to yourself. Write the line. Make the call. Finish the set. Send the proposal. Short, sharp, executable. You are training your voice to be the foreman, not the complainer. Eat for function. Sleep for performance. Walk to clear the noise. None of this is glamorous. It is powerful. You do not get to be razor sharp on a fogged brain. You do not get to be consistent on junk chemistry. You do not get to be durable on broken sleep. Stop treating recovery like an optional perk. Treat it like the system that turns effort into improvement. While doubters gossip in group chats at 1 a.m., you will be asleep. While they drag through the day, you will cut through it. Proving them wrong is mostly about being fresh enough to keep proving, again and again, while they fade. You need failure rules, because the day will hit you and the first no can spin amateurs into drama. Not you. You will define your threshold ahead of time. 3 attempts at the lift with perfect form. If it doesn't go, deload and accumulate volume. 2 follow-ups after the proposal. If no answer, archive and move the pipeline forward. 2 drafts, then publish and learn in public. Clear criteria. No spirals. No headline in your head that says, I'm not good enough. It's either not yet, not this way, or not the right target. Adjust and proceed. Define the line for your relationships. Proving them wrong doesn't mean turning into stone. It means accountability and clarity. You will tell the truth early. You will set boundaries calmly. You will repair quickly when you break something. You will not give your prime hours to people who have earned none of your hours. You will not sacrifice your mission for the comfort of those who want you mediocre. Some will say, you've changed. Correct. You did it on purpose. Your environment is either a teammate or a thief. Look at your space. Does it make the right thing easy? Or your shoes by the door? Is your water ready? Is your workspace single purpose? Or do you try to build a life in the middle of visual noise and then blame yourself for failing? Clean the room. Clear the desk. Close the tabs. Put the phone somewhere it cannot hijack you. The right choice should be the path of least resistance. If it isn't, fix it today. Set asymmetric goals, not vanity metrics. Targets that, when achieved, permanently change your level. A strength milestone that rewires your belief in your body. A revenue number that buys you time and tools. A shipped product that stacks reputation. An audience you own, not rent. Every time you hit one, the argument against you loses oxygen. Every time you hit one, raise the standard by a notch and go again. You're not chasing a moment. You're building a slope. You will not fear solitude. You will use it. The work that builds the proof is not done in crowds. It is done in rooms you lock behind you. In early hours with nobody applauding. In late hours with nobody noticing. You will talk to yourself on paper. What you executed. What missed. What must change tomorrow. This daily debrief is where amateurs make excuses and professionals make adjustments. Write it. Live it. Install streaks, because streaks turn your brain into an ally. Track your non-negotiables where you can see them. Training completed. Deep block finished. Revenue action taken. Bedtime honored. Mark the X. 10 in a row and you will defend 11. 30 in a row and you will feel sick at the idea of breaking it. Miss one and fix it within 24 hours. The streak is not for social media. It is for the version of you that vows and forgets. The streak makes forgetting expensive. You will stop chasing trends. Trends are the crowd's weather. Your standard if your climate. Learn the fundamentals until you are boring to dilettantes and dangerous to competitors. Master the basics of movement, craft, sales, writing, finance. The market rewards fundamentals. The algorithm rewards noise. You are not building for an algorithm. You are building for longevity. You will still win the algorithm often enough by accident. Because consistency is rare, and the algorithm craves what is rare. Expect resistance from people who benefit from the old version of you. They will invite you back to easy. They will laugh at your early nights and your early mornings. They will whisper that you're obsessed to absolve themselves of effort. Smile. Decline. Return to work. Never argue with a person whose lifestyle is the argument against their opinion. If they want to understand you, they will watch your output. If they don't, they will talk. Either way, your schedule doesn't change. Make hard asks. The world does not pay mind readers. Ask for the sale. Ask for the raise. Ask for the partnership. Ask for the introduction. Ask for the decision. Add deadlines to your asks. By Friday. Today. This hour. Soft asks give doubters room to dismiss you. Clean asks force reality to answer. When you get a no, convert it into the next target. When you get a yes, deliver so hard they question why they ever doubted. Keep a running ledger of receipts. Not for the internet, for you. The day you felt like nothing and did the work anyway. The week you strung together all green boxes. The month you put on 10 kilos of load with perfect form. The quarter you doubled your pipeline. The conversation you handled with composure where the old you would have detonated. Evidence. Identity is built out of evidence. When their voices get loud again, open the ledger and let it talk. You will not wait for inspiration. You will behave your way into it. Start moving and the spark arrives like it always does, late to work. While others whine about not feeling it, you will be halfway done. Call it unfair. It is not. It is mechanics. Motion produces momentum. Momentum produces options. Options make you calm. Calm makes you efficient. Efficiency makes you lethal. Lethal makes doubters quiet. Guard your inputs. Most outrage media exists to hijack your attention and sell it back to you in cheap hits. You're out of that game. Curate for craft, not chaos. Study people with receipts, not people with opinions. Consume in windows, not all day. Inputs should sharpen you or they do not enter. Do not donate your attention to someone else's funnel and pretend it is being informed. You are building. Build. Use anger as fuel, not acid. When it rises, route it into output within 60 seconds. Push-ups, a hill sprint, a sales call, a draft paragraph, a room cleaned, a boundary stated. Do not vent to people who will reinforce your victimhood. Do not rant online for dopamine. Conversion is the rule. Heat turns into motion or it gets shut off. Heat without output is a tax. You no longer pay it. Design a minimum day for the days that try to break you. 1 clean meal. 1 perfect set under load. 1 90-minute deep block on the highest lever. 1 repair if you've damaged a relationship. Lights out on time. That is your floor. You fall onto it, not through it. It keeps you in the game while others spiral. You don't need a perfect day to win the week. You need to avoid zeros. The floor prevents zeros. Speak in deadlines and deliver in finals. By noon. By 6 p.m. By Friday. No, soon, later, try, maybe. Your mouth trains your nervous system. If you feed it soft verbs, it becomes soft. Feed it commands, it obeys. Your calendar is the court of law where your claims stand or fall. Put your claims on it, then make them true. When pain arrives, and it will, you will not dramatize it. Pain is data. Check form, correct mechanics, reduce load or raise focus, continue or recover with purpose. Your training will teach you the difference between injury and intensity. Injury requires retreat and rebuild. Intensity requires composure and completion. You will become fluent in that difference. Fluency looks like toughness from the outside. It is clarity from the inside. Your craft needs deliberate practice, not just hours. Break skills into components. Drill the weak link. Do it slowly, then with speed, then under pressure, then in sequence. Track the sessions. If you're writing, practice openings, transitions, closings. If you're selling, practice openers, qualifiers, objections, closes. If you're coding, practice patterns, tests, refactors. If you're speaking, practice pacing, pauses, punchlines, calls to action. Practice on purpose. Most people practice their strengths and hide their weak links. You will practice your weak link until it becomes the reason you win. Money is math and nerve. Reduce leaks, automate savings. Increase revenue by doing more of the actions that create it and fewer of the actions that pretend to. Raise prices when demand and quality justify it. Document value. Collect testimonials. Build assets that pay while you sleep because you built them while everyone else slept. When the numbers climb, the room that doubted suddenly gets quiet. They always do when the bank balance talks. Your name will become a shorthand for reliability. That is the most valuable brand you can carry. The reliable get room at the table even when they're not loud. The reliable get second chances because people trust their course corrections. The reliable get referrals because the referring party's name gets stronger when it's attached to you. You do not earn that brand with charm. You earn it with streaks of finished work, on time, as promised, without theater. Stay dangerous in the mundane. That means your checklists are sacred. Aviation doesn't rely on vibes to land planes. Neither will you. Pre-flight for your deep block. Phone away, door closed, water filled, dock open, timer set, outcome written. Begin. Shutdown, metrics logged, next step written, space reset. Tomorrow's first task scripted. Boring is the point. Boring is reproducible. Reproducible is unstoppable. Pick your circle like your future depends on it. It does. People are either multipliers or anchors. Multipliers ask for numbers, challenge your softness, bring you back to the system when you drift. Anchors want to feel good about not changing. They sell you old comfort, new excuses. You don't argue. You just allocate less time. You keep the door open for those who rise. You keep your eyes on your work. Do not worship the algorithm. It is weather. Build for humans who pay, who return, who refer, who trust. Build lists you control. Build products that solve. Build reputation through delivery. Algorithms bless you for a week. Reputation blesses you for decades. When the algorithm fails you, your system will not. Proving them wrong is staying in the game long enough that their hot takes evaporate. You will fail publicly. Good. Public failure accelerates learning. It forces clarity. It cuts the fat from your plan. It inoculates you against embarrassment, which is the invisible prison that keeps most people from starting. After you fail, you do not write paragraphs about fate. You write a postmortem. What assumption died? What lever moves this faster? What skill was missing? Acquire, adjust, re-enter. You will feel lonely. That is not a sign you're wrong. It's a sign you're ahead. Use solitude to get sharper. Read, lift, write, sell. Then step into community with those who operate at pace. You will know them by the way they speak about standards, not feelings. You will trade tactics, not gossip. You will measure together, not moan together. Iron sharpens iron because both pieces are willing to grind. You will not barter with your own standards. When the old voice suggests the easy exit, you've done enough. Save energy. Tomorrow. You will run a simple check. Did I meet the line I set in the calm? If yes, shut it down and recover. If no, finish. No bargains. That is how you teach your nervous system that your word is law. Once your body believes your mouth, your life simplifies. You say, you do. Doubters can't argue with that. Gratitude will be your stabilizer, not the poster, the practice. You will end days of hard work with recognition of the basics you protected. You moved, you fueled, you slept, you delivered, you repaired, you learned. That recognition keeps your mood from swinging with outcomes and keeps you steady enough to come back tomorrow. Steady beats talented over time. Steady is how you prove them wrong in years, not just days. You are not in competition with their opinions. You are in competition with your last output. Beat it by one more rep, 1 pound more, 1 second faster, one more call, one cleaner paragraph, one better decision at a fork. These tiny deltas turn into gulfs while everybody else refreshes and complains. You'll look up and be unrecognizable to those who wrote you off. They will say you change overnight. That's how invisibly compounding actually works. When the night comes, the question is simple. Did you prove them wrong today with work, not words? If yes, close the day and sleep. If no, fix something small now, or schedule the fix at a precise hour tomorrow. No guilt monologues, no dramatic vows. Action or appointment, then lights out. The cycle repeats. This repetition is your method. This method is your edge. Understand this last point. You are not trying to embarrass them. You are trying to become the person who never needed their permission. The person who operates on systems, not moods. The person whose results are so consistent that doubt feels ridiculous around you. The person who walks into rooms and sets the tone by presence, not performance. The person whose name equals done. Tomorrow they will still talk. Let them. Tomorrow you awake early. Move your body. Guard your focus. Send the offer. Lift the weight. Ship the work. Hold the line. Recover on schedule. And log the proof. You will do it again the next day, and the next, until your calendar is heavy with receipts, and their narrative runs out of oxygen. They will rewrite their memory to protect their ego. They will say they always knew. Smile and let them. You're busy. Prove them wrong every day by being right with your plan. Prove them wrong every day by being ruthless with your schedule. Prove them wrong every day by meeting the standard in ugly weather. Prove them wrong every day by finishing sets when your legs shake, by making the call when your throat tightens, by writing the last line when your brain wants to leave. Prove them wrong every day until the only person left to prove anything to is the face in your mirror. And that face nods back because the ledger is full. You don't need their apology. You need your streak. You don't need their praise. You need your numbers. You don't need their permission. You need your standard. Get up. Get moving. Get quiet. Get dangerous. Put your name on the work and keep going until the only sentence anyone can say about you without lying is the one you built brick by brick. You were told you couldn't, and you did it anyway, every day.